I, Barnaby Dixon, have gone deep into the rabbit hole in pursuing a device that my puppet can create backing tracks with while it sings and dances and performs, and this is what I've come up with. So a quick overview. The Yamaha QR10 struck me as a device that was particularly suited for this purpose. Be quiet! Because of its functionality and pre-existing button layout. Now, as I've explained in prior videos, I've made some mechanical additions to the buttons so they're easier for the puppet to play. For example, these buttons were very small to start with. I've made some larger buttons that sit over the top, and these two groups of buttons were a bit too far apart so that my puppet standing like this couldn't quite reach the required buttons when I needed them. But these are the chord buttons, so they're quite crucial to the performance. These changes pertain to layout, but nothing to do with functionality yet. The device still performs in the same way. However, two of the buttons that I added recently do change the device's functionality, and here's how. So the device has a bunch of patterns. Here's one, and it has fills here by pressing one of these buttons. Ready? You'll notice though it goes back to the normal pattern unless you hold it down. So I basically wanted to make a button that could hold itself down if you pushed it in the right way. That way you get access to fill 1 and fill 2 as a looped pattern, not just a temporary one. Now this might seem like hair splitting, but this device is quite old. It's from 1993. It doesn't have much storage space, and as a result you only have 10 user-generated patterns. So to increase the amount of patterns with this mechanical hack, that seems like a good idea. So here is that mechanical hack. You push down and you slide the key upwards, and then you'll see the fill is now looping. And then when you want it to stop looping, you just do that. Same applies to fill 2. Exactly the same mechanism. It's a cool and relatively simple mechanism, but there were some unexpected hurdles, so I'll go through the process in just a moment. But first, I have to feed my bird.
Okay, folks, if you're anything like me, then you live a fast-paced and stimulating existence. And to sustain that, you need sustenance. So what have we got? Indian butter-style chicken. Let's go with that. You can get chef-prepared meals on the table in 2 minutes with Factor's ready-to-eat meals, so you can chow down and get back to doing whatever it is you normally do. Oh, it's nearly done. Oh, just a little bit too slow. Microwave, how many beeps do you think you need to do? Now we mix it up, give it another zap, and too quick for you. There you go, no beeps for you this time, you little Factor meals eliminate the hassle of prepping and cleaning up. Simply heat up the food and savor the good stuff. Now, you may be perturbed by the idea of a bird eating another bird, but plenty of you guys eat other mammals, so I fail to see the issue. If, however, you don't, Factor has veggie and vegan options, also keto and calorie smart, so you can choose from 35 dietitian-approved meals per week. Get 50% off and free shipping with your first Factor box using my link, and click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. It is actually pretty good.
Man, the base plate is hot for ABS. Now when it comes to the bottom part, the hole in here is meant to pressure fit this rod. So let's push this in. There we go, that's nice. Pretty sturdy. The top half, however, is not pressure fitted. This is meant to slide over. See that sliding action? Really, really nice. So on the device side, the key to having it work is this metal rod here that goes across. You see it has this slight divot on the top side just below the lever there. And that intersects with that rod so that when you push it forward, it pushes against and then slides under that rod, holding this button in a pushed down position. So I installed the button and then realized there was an issue. I kind of messily rigged this reinforcement bar because what was happening is when I was pressing fill, it wouldn't hold. See, it's gone back to normal there. And I think there's not enough pressure there. And even with this reinforcement bar, we're still having this issue. With the fill switches, with these buttons, it's not quite the same as the puppet pushing the button because I'm able to push down the force. This has to have the piece support that force so it doesn't kind of raise up on its own. That's the issue. So this side and this side are separate. You can see the gap in the middle, and that, I think, is enabling the whole thing to flex and not hold that button down. So to increase the stiffness, I modeled a way to join these two sides together. So I'm sticking these pins in. You can see these going in these metal pieces there. And this almost acts like a socket, all of these. So I've done 3 or 4 currently, and that should, pin these together as if they were printed as a single piece. You see that? So we have that rigidity but without the print issues that it would have caused to print them together. So I swapped the two older pieces out for this new joined piece and also tidied up some of the overhangs on the rods. There you go. Okay, let's give this a whirl. So we have fill 1 on. Fill 1 is looping. Let's try fill 2. Fill 2 is looping too. Perfect. So normally, as you guys maybe know, I'll end with a tune just to show the device and the modifications that I've made in action, but that was proving a little bit difficult this time. Something that I haven't conveyed about these performances is the fact that I'm actually doing them somewhat blind because the puppet blocks my view of the buttons that it's pressing. Sometimes that's not a problem, but for this tune, it seemed to be. Good Lord. I'll get it, I think. It's just really, really freaking hard. So what I'll do is I'll implement a solution that I think will work, so stick around for the next episode and you'll see what I've done. If you'd like to buy some Dab Chick merch, it might not arrive in time for Christmas, but you can use slow shipping as an excuse as to why it didn't. I'll take the hit for you, even though my shipping is exceptional. Alrighty, I'll catch you in the next one.